Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our topic in this research is the pressure of beauty standards in society and analysis. Our members are me myself, HAZRATTUL binti FADRUL, and our AMIRAH AFIQAH binti FATHLI. For introduction, what is beauty standards? The standard of beauty is essentially a variable standard of what it means to be attractive that is contingent on the feminine beauty ideals that are present in a given culture. Beauty standards have been around for a long time. There are various standards of beauty, including those that are quite extreme to the point of causing permanent defects in the human body. Among them are lip plates in Africa, elongated necks in Myanmar, structured earlobes in Kenya, and foot binding in China. Until now, beauty standards still exist. In more modern areas, the standard of beauty is more to look like artists and models. So why do such beauty standards exist? The reason is due to the ideas that the media puts into our heads from what they display in advertisements. So the significance of the study is to study the characteristic of beauty standards in the eyes of the majority of society and how they affect society in various ways and ways to solve unrealistic social expectations in beauty. The research objectives are to understand the characteristics of beauty standards in the eyes of the majority of society. Secondly, to study the negative effects of beauty standards in society. And the third one is to discuss ways to solve unrealistic social expectations in beauty. The next research questions. Firstly, what are the beauty standards in the eyes of the majority of society? Secondly, why beauty standards negatively affect society? And the third one is how can we overcome unrealistic beauty standards in society? Next, we move on to the significance of the study. This research will be a great contribution to the vast knowledge in relation to beauty standards. As we know, the current beauty standards have a lot of negative impacts on our society. Among them include a lack of confidence, feeling marginalized, and many other problems. In addition, people who do not have good morals will make fun of other people's shortcomings, which will make that particular person more stressed while causing bigger problems. So, the study will be a significant endeavor in promoting awareness to the community about beauty standards that should not be a condition to judge someone, nor lose self-confidence when not passing the beauty standards of a place. Next, discussion of research questions. Number one, what are the beauty standards in the eyes of the majority of society? In South Korea, some of the famous beauty standards are V-shaped face. It is a tiny face with a sharp chin and softly defined jawlines. To get the desired V-shaped face result, the majority of South Koreans will do plastic surgery. Apart from that, South Korea has also produced a lot of different types of beauty tools to get a V-shaped face. Number two, pale skin or white skin. Is considered to be one of the famous important Korean beauty standards. This culture of glorifying white-skinned people has existed for a long time, since the early era of South Korea, where white-skinned people were from the aristocracy, while dark-skinned people were from agriculture or other manual labor-intensive occupation. Number three, slim figure. It is highly regarded and seen as a sign of attractiveness in South Korea. To get this slim figure, they are willing to do extreme diets that could cause eating disorders and various other health problems. Number four, double eyelids. The majority of South Koreans have monolid eyes, so they would undergo surgeries to have these double eyelids. And the last one, big eyes. Also known as doe eyes, having bigger and innocent eyes indicate a younger appearance. So most of them will do plastic surgery to get these doe eyes. Next, Western beauty standards. Number one, tan skin tone. It is an evidence that they exercise. Tanning salons are famous in their society, but there are, however, health hazards associated with tanning. The risk of skin cancer might rise after only one indoor tanning session. Number two, curvy body type. Westerners love noticeable curves, little body fat, and tight and muscular bodies. For example, butt implants are currently among the most common operations performed in cosmetic surgery. Number three, symmetric face. Westerners prefer symmetric face because it looks more appealing, where both left and right sides of the face have comparable dimensions. Number four, eyes color. What kind of eyes are the most attractive is often the hot questions. But according to research, blue eyes with blonde hair is the most recognizable appearance worldwide. Number five, nose. What is interesting about the nose criteria that Westerners prefer is that they consider big noses as beautiful. Number six, face. Westerners prefer high and projecting cheekbones because they consider that as beautiful. Next, Malaysian beauty standards. There are two main beauty standards that are often a hot topic in our country, Malaysia. Number one is white or fair skin color. Bright and white skin color will be seen as more attractive in Malaysia. Some of Malaysians are willing to spend a lot of money on skin whitening products that are already known to be dangerous because they can cause skin cancer, kidney problems, and more other problems. Number two, slim body. An appealing body type that is slender, slim, curvaceous, or lean, but not overweight, are considered beautiful in Malaysia. What's sad about the reality of life is people with obesity problems will often be looked down upon and ridiculed because of their appearance.
The negative effect of beauty standards in the society. We will go through 3 points. First is physical, second is mental, and third is self-esteem. So let's go together. So first is physical. So in today's internet age, there's an undeniable resistance of social media and the rise of influencer culture. There have always been impossibility standards for people all over the world, especially for women. However, with the rise of the influencer and of course their influence on social media platforms, these beauty standards have only become more high pressure. Although having the perfect body is not a new trend, but the type of body that women desire is now. The phrase, "Does this make my butt look big?" was heard in the mouth of women all over the world. But for some, the phrase, "the bigger the better," has taken its place. Makeup is the artistic or concealing application of cosmetic products to beautify or change one's appearance. Jiangsun and Hygiene investigated the makeup preference of 240 teenage males. Another area where social media has a significant impact is filters and beauty apps. Within a pedagogy of defect, beauty apps encourage women to see and monitor themselves. They include filters and modification apps, surgery simulation apps, and aesthetic benchmarking apps that help people visualize how they will look after certain changes such as teeth whitening, eyebrow removal, and whether they look old or young. Body modification is defined as the intentional or permanent alteration of an individual's human anatomy or appearance include two aspects: metabolic manipulation and also cosmetic surgeries and procedures. Second is mental health. This body dissatisfaction can affect other areas of your mental health as well, leading to lower self-esteem and even depression. A 2016 study conducted by Woods and Scott found that young adults with increased use of social media experience poorer sleep. 2016 study conducted by Woods and Scott found that young adults with increased use of social media experience poorer sleep quality, lower self-esteem, and also high levels of anxiety and depression. Furthermore, the Royal Society for Public Health found that in addition to these effects of social media, loneliness and feelings of isolation were also consequences of cyberbullying. Young adults are not making real connection anymore, comparing themselves to strangers who are posting only the best parts of their lives, and their mental health is paying the price. Many of these effects are signs of social media addiction, which has become more widely recognized since the early 2000s. In fact, various treatment centers, such as Paradigm Malibu, have been established to help young adults battle their addiction. They provide them with various coping methods and both individual and family therapy to help them form a better relationship with social media and develop a higher self-esteem. These discoveries are extremely important and should demonstrate to society that it is time to start disconnecting from their phones and reconnecting with other people in order to regain feelings of self-worth, happiness, and attain an overall better quality of life. Third is self-esteem. Self-esteem is defined as how confident a person feels about their own abilities and qualities. First impression, physical appearance is one of the first things people notice about others. This means that it has a large impact on first impressions, which can lead to affecting how others feel about you on an emotional level. Self-esteem at work. Being beautiful gives certain advantages over others in the sense that other people will act differently around them than they would if they were unattractive or ugly looking. For example, a job interview is a situation in which people want to make the best and most favorable impression on their interviewer. Unfortunately, for some, an interviewer's first opinion of a job applicant is based mostly on how they look and not necessarily their personality or qualifications. For this reason, it can be difficult to get a job without looking like one of the popular models on the cover of magazines such as Vogue or Elle. Self-esteem in relationships. Physical beauty is a trait that may. Next is self-esteem in relationship. Physical beauty is a trait that many people consider when searching for potential relationship partners. Thus, a physically unattractive person might be more likely to engage in behavior such as ignoring personal hygiene or dressing sloppily because they now look. Thus, a physically unattractive person might be more likely to engage in behavior such as ignoring personal hygiene or dressing sloppily because they know they will not receive much attention from others. Next is self-esteem and eating disorders. People suffering from eating disorders are often influenced by the message that are portrayed in popular culture about what is attractive and acceptable. They may have low self-esteem or confidence, which can lead them to turn towards food for comfort or control. People with low self-esteem may try to improve their appearance because they believe that physical beauty will equate to popularity, success, and happiness. The effect of society message about what is beautiful and acceptable on people with body image problems has also been well documented by researchers investigating eating disorders such as anorexia nervosa. So how to overcome the unrealistic beauty standard in society? So first, we need to decrease time on social media. So the more time we spend on social media, the more we look to others people's life. Second is we need to read self-help books, which means we need to read the books that can help our self-improvement and also can help us to improve our skills. The third is we need to give positive affirmation to ourselves. And whenever we always give affirmation to ourselves. We have a new spirit whenever we give positive affirmation to ourselves. We have new spirit to continue our life and have new spirit to change ourselves to be better. So whenever we can accept ourselves, we feel more grateful. So I want to conclude for our presentation for today. First is beauty standard. So every country have their own beauty standard. So Malaysia have their own beauty standards. So Korean also have their own beauty standards. Korean beauty standard and also Malaysian beauty standard is not the same. So next is negative effect. So when people want to achieve the beauty standard, they want to give effort to it, even it is not good. So to avoid the unrealistic beauty standard among the society. So last but not least is we need to help ourselves and also the society to go out from the unrealistic beauty standard.